Good morning. It is the most feculent weather here, and so I am going to spend this horrible rainy day in the studio pricking out seedlings. I'm doing this for two reasons. One, so that I can prick them out, they need pricking out. And two, because moving them into my polytunnel means I have a little space in my greenhouse. And I have some hot beds in my greenhouse. Maybe this is the first year of my whole flower farming life that I sprout some dahlias on a hotbed and take cuttings. So, pricking out first, then I'll do the dahlias. Join me. Should be a fun day, if a little damp. Sorry about my glamorous hairdo, but it's really horrible out. Now, the first thing you might note is that all these seedlings are sitting in a tray, in a trolley, outside. And it's pouring with rain. This is perfect because they're having a little bit of a blow through. They're being gently watered. It's not cold, it's just miserable. And so I'm going to leave them there tray at a time while I do my pricking out. It won't do them any harm. It's not hot, but it's certainly not freezing. So they'll all just sit there and have a nice rain on while I take one tray at a time and prick them out. Now I'm going to start. Hello, I'm down here. I'm going to start, look at this, I've got lighting and everything. I'm like a pro. I'm going to start with these bigger seedlings so that you can see what I'm doing. This is Scabiosa ping pong, which I grow specially really for Christmas because the flowers come out very pretty pale blue, very, very pale blue flower, which lasts about 5 seconds. And then they turn into fantastic ping pong ball sized seed heads, which are almost immediately dry, and they make very nice Christmas decorations. So I grow them really for Christmas. And I'm going to show you how I prick out using the same tray. I'm not going to prick out into any other pots. I'm just going to use the same tray. So can you see, occasionally I've got two quite close together, here and here. They're too close together. They're going to fight with each other and their roots are going to get too tangled up so that when I come to plant them out, I won't have such big, strong plants. So with this tray, it's a nice deep tray. And so I'm just going to split these little seedlings up and I'm going to arrange them so that they completely fill up the tray, and that will be plenty for me. And I'm going to do it like this. I'm using my snips, multi-purpose snips, as my little diggers. Ooh, look. And you can see, there we have 2 seedlings. And so I'm going to split them up because their roots are going to be fighting with each other. Ready, steady. 2 seedlings. Oh, it's exciting. And I'm going to tuck each one back into the tray. There we are. Being careful. I hold the seedlings by the leaves. I try not to touch them by their stems because I don't want to bruise those stems. Then a couple more here to do. So there's one. Look at that little baby. There we have a happy little. The seed is from Higgledy Garden here in England. I'm sorry for those of you in America and Australia and Canada and Switzerland and all the other places. I can't help you with seeds, but you see how I'm splitting them out. I'm not going to make you watch the whole process, but it gives you a good idea. I have to say, pricking out is very, very good when life is stressful, because after a while you get into a kind of zone. And if I weren't filming, I would be listening to Radio 3. It is 12:20 lunchtime, but Petrock Trelawney on Radio 3 is very calm. So I listen to his breakfast programme and it's calm. I do not get into a zone of listening to lunchtime news, because news makes me feel hopeless, whereas sowing seeds and pricking out makes me feel hopeful. So this does not make me a Pollyanna who assumes that everything will be well, but at a time when I can't do anything, I may as well prick out and get into a calm place. Anyway, there you are, a little mental health top tip. Sow some seeds, prick them out, very calming. Back to Radio 3. There we are, nice couple of hours later. Just a few nicely pricked out. I prick out ballpark 30 to a tray. These faces are carved by Fabrizio, who's a keen wood carver. So about 30 to a tray, which means I know that I'm going to need 30, not 30, I'm going to need as many running square meters as I have trays of seedlings eventually when I plant out. Very systematic here. So I'm leaving all those seedlings to have a little drink, and my trusty trolley and I are heading off to the greenhouse with some compost. If you're ever looking for me here, you want to listen out. Can you hear? It's a special kind of rattle that, this weather is disgusting. Special kind of rattle that the trolley has. Anyway, the greenhouse is down here with the polytunnels. This weather is disgusting. So it is now nearly 5 o'clock, and all the seedlings have been pricked out. And as you can see behind me, there are lots of trays of dahlias in the greenhouse. I'll give you a little look, and then I'll show you what I've done with the seedlings. It's the time of year where we have to constantly rearrange because we have limited space, and so the trays get moved here, moved there, moved here, moved there. It goes on and on. It's quite exhausting. Anyway, I'll show you the dahlias. So what I've done is I've taken 24 of my dahlias that were overwintered in the studio in these very bale arm trays, and I have given them a tiny little bit of compost underneath each one. This is where it's all not going to work. I've got these paper labels, so I'm going to have to think of something else to do, but they will do for the moment. I just don't want to get them too wet. Anyway, so I have got 24 dahlias in 6 of these bale arm trays, hand for scale. And I have given them a tiny little bit of compost underneath and a sprinkle of compost over the top, a sprinkle of water, and I'm going to leave them to shoot. You can see, here's this one, this is Cafe au lait Royale, already shooting, and so there are lots of little signs of green. I don't know really why I've done this. I've never done it before. I had a rush of blood to the head and thought, right, this is the year. I think because my seedlings have got on, so I've got some space, maybe. Anyway, let's see how they do. I think it's worth mentioning that there is currently no frost forecast. If there is frost forecast, I will cover these up. And they are on hot sand beds. You can see it's very important with hot beds to keep them wet, otherwise they get very hot. And then I've got a few trays of still not quite fully germinated trays on this hotbed underneath. Hopefully they'll be all right. So we'll close up for the night, and I might come back with some mouse traps. And then all these little seedlings that I've pricked out, all in their neat little trays, they are now in the polytunnel, along with, that is the second crop of sweet peas coming along quite nicely. And they can all sit here for a couple of weeks. Again, there is currently no frost forecast, but if there is a frost forecast, I will cover them to protect them, because there's no heat in here. So there we are. That's what I call a good day doing a bit of gardening. If you find the clips amusing or helpful or interesting, please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon and we'll tell you when we've got new clips coming out. And if you found any of today's clip useful or you want to support the YouTube channel, you can always buy me a coffee. The link is in my bio. It's in all the blurb for all of the different clips. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Have a lovely weekend in the garden. Here, no frost forecast. It's been horribly wet today. I have hopes. I have hopes for weekend gardening. Cross fingers. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon.